Life doesn't come with a grading rubric.
Unmarked is an open conversation between two international teachers meddling through their life, love, and purpose far from home.
No edits,
No filters.
this is Unmarked.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to Unmarked episode
7!
already.
So it's the end of the year, and we thought it would be the right mood to talk about how we are letting go of 2025.
And the things that we leave behind in 2025.
Well, what have you been up to lately at the end of the year?
A bit depressing, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think Nika has been feeling her best. So there was one day where she disappeared and I got so worried.
Yeah, she was checking on me, and I feel actually sorry and a bit guilty for not communicating that properly. But I felt like I needed that day.
Yeah.
And thank you for your support, because at some point Carol just texted me, I have a couch if you need and you can crash there. So it was so nice.
Because it was the first time where I'm seeing you go through this period of low. So I didn't know how low was your low, right? So I was worried. But now I sort of know what to expect then.
Yeah, that's how you also learn new people, in those kind of situations. Because I remember when you were in similar state of mind, I kind of picked up and learned more about you. We are checking on each other. Big sister, young sister. But I feel like sometimes it's different. I feel like sometimes Carol acts like big sister.
Actually, when people guess my age, they tend to guess higher than I am.
That's true.
Yeah, but I guess that's why we click.
Does it hurt you?
Not really.
Okay.
I'll take it as a compliment because then I would sound more matured than I actually am.
True.
But have you been doing anything, at home apart from, feeling the blues?
I was trying to cozy myself up, and it was so funny because when we were doing the episode about burnout, it was like I predicted what's going to happen in a couple of weeks, because this is exactly how I felt. And I did exactly what I said in that episode. I was watching Harry Potter movies, I was listening to the Christmas songs, and it was so low for me. At some moment I was listening to the song All I Want for Christmas Is You. I was sitting here on my floor and I was sobbing. Then my mom called and I'm like, oh no. Yeah, it was low.
It was a self-fulfilling prophecy. When we were editing it, I just went, oh, you really did that.
That's true. It was very funny. How about you? What are you up to?
I've been in the mood of decluttering. So I've been through my closet just to see what needs to go, what needs to stay. Trying my best to clean my apartment, though it's still not completely clean yet.
It doesn't matter. It's work in progress.
Yeah, but it's basically just setting myself up for the winter break.
Yeah, organizing.
Yeah, because we will be gone for a month. And by the time I'm back, I'm returning on Sunday before work begins.
She's going hardcore. I stopped doing that. I will be back maybe a couple. I still don't have return ticket, so I don't know when, but I know it will be a couple days before.
Please return.
I will. I can't leave you here.
But the only reason why I'm doing that is because of the direct flight. How do you celebrate the New Year / Christmas, like this festivities?
Yeah, so for us in my culture, New Year's is a big thing, as I realized in Mongolia too. So it's a family day, family night, to be honest. But the older I get, the more I realize that I don't want to spend whole night up. I would wait until midnight, make a wish, and Eastern European, Ukrainians particularly, we have a little tradition.
Okay.
You might consider that weird and a bit pagan. So when you start hearing the countdown, you take a piece of paper, you should write a wish on that piece of paper, burn it, put this in your glass of champagne, and drink it. Drink the ash. And that's how we believe the wish should come true.
Oh, okay.
It did. In my life, it did come true once.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Actually,
so that's what we do.
Cute
tradition. And try it. How do you celebrate New Year's? Is it a big thing in Malaysia?
Well, people do go to large gatherings where they count down, but My family in general does not like crowds. Since we were very young, it's always a very quiet event at home. Usually my dad would cook up something special, and then we could also invite our neighbors. And then what we would do is just sit around, spend some family time, and we would turn on the countdown. So there will be a live sort of countdown.
Yeah.
But it's very, very chill. When it reaches 0, there will be a ton of fireworks
True.
in
Yeah.
Malaysia. We're not very attached to the idea of a new year as long as we're together. And this year, I think he planned a car camping trip on the 1st of January. So I did tell him that, yes, I would love to join.
That's a nice
Yeah.
idea.
In terms of teaching, because we're currently in the marked section, we've reflected on our year and thought about some things that we would like to say goodbye to in our classroom.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because there are a couple of things.
Yeah, definitely. What's yours? I have to open up my list.
Thing that happened recently, and it's hard, but I'm learning how to let it go. Hopefully in 2026 I will be able to let that go, to take students' behavior and students' emotional breakdowns personally. So you know that story. The other day one of my students had a very severe panic attack, and he was shouting really upsetting words to my face, and obviously we are there to regulate that and to help, but we are human beings and it hurts. I'm empathetic, so I would take it personally, unfortunately. Or when parents are not nice to me, I would also take it personally. So I want to let it go. I want to enter the new year. I don't want to be cold, but I want to leave it at the spot. Like, okay,
Yeah, work
you
is
have a
work.
problem. Yeah, it's fine. I'm there to help, but it doesn't influence my personal state of mind.
Yeah, because otherwise, if you carry all the emotions back home, then it would ruin your day.
That's what happened recently, right?
Yeah.
So, lesson learned.
Okay.
How about you, Miss Carol?
You might have this too, I don't know. But I would like to say goodbye to comparisons.
Yes, I do have that
Yeah,
too.
to other teachers in the same school and also online.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you always have things that you can improve on as a teacher. And when you see someone that has her whole act together, you naturally would go, yeah, I'm not like that, oh, I should have done that, I could have done that. And it doesn't help us.
It doesn't. I agree totally. I feel like it's competitive enough. And again, we are there for one purpose. And no one is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
We are there to learn also as teachers.
Yes.
And also in teaching, it's always, okay, not in this school, I haven't seen that here, but in my previous school, they would have like, oh, that class did that assembly. Oh, well done. This was the best assembly of this semester. Not good.
We actually do have that too in
Here?
our school. There will be people who are saying that, oh, we want to be the best class.
Don't do that. It's very, very damaging and not healthy.
Yeah, and again, I think I've said this before, but it takes a village to raise a child.
True.
And we're raising 24 little humans.
To be honest, we are raising more because your teaching doesn't stop in your class.
Correct.
When you go to the hallway, you see grade 5 student running onto you. You would say, slow down.
Yeah.
But one thing that I'm still learning, to be honest, is giving warnings or stopping the big kids, like secondary kids, because they're very tall.
Yeah.
So when they run, I'm like, ooh, I will step aside. I don't want to be
It's like
crushed.
stampede.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
Letting
No
go.
comparing. Yeah. And also to share any resources that I have. It feels so good to be able to go to someone and provide the support and the help that they need, or sharing our lesson plans. It eases our workload so much.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
Which is so true. But it has to be mutual, because
Yes.
when you see a lesson plan made by a teacher who is careless, like who doesn't put effort into this. It was in my previous school, to be honest. We would share, and then you would open the lesson plans, like 3 lines, no resources, just learning objectives. And I have to do double work. It's fine for me. It's still my class. I will make a choice whether I use the resources or not. But It's
Yeah.
nice if you have someone on the same page.
Yes, it's always nice. That was one of the very first things that my mentor teacher taught me. Don't keep things to yourself. It's a very selfish thing to do, to be honest. But yeah. And also, we have to keep in mind that every classroom is different, like the students that we have.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so something that you can do in your class, it might not work in someone else's. So it's not nice to walk in and say that, this teacher has poor management. We also have to look at the students that they have.
Yes. Agree.
Yeah. Yes, right?
I partly have the same. I'm not going to even repeat that. So comparing to other teachers.
High five!
Probably that was loud. That was the intention. ASMR.
Yes. What else do you have on your list?
Interestingly enough, pretty similar. Being responsible for everyone's emotion. Everywhere. In school. In the classroom, it's pretty obvious that I no longer want to be responsible for how students get the information. I mean, not the information, but let's say the other day the students start crying because I said, no, you can't be line leader 2 weeks in a row. It was a tantrum. You know what I did? I just walk away.
Yeah.
Because, look, you need to learn your lesson. I'm
Correct.
not babysitting you. I gave you my reasons. Sorry. But also in the school, when we have meetings or when you see people in hallways or when you see people generally in school, I can't read your mind. I can't read what emotion you have right now. So if you are experiencing negative emotion, I'm not responsible for that. And I don't want to be the person you snap on just because you have a bad day.
Yeah.
So I'm no longer responsible for that. How about you?
Well, in line with this sort of energy thing, I have to stop complaining that students are not up to grade level. I think I've just come to an acceptance whereby, yes, the students in our school is not up to grade level. What can I do about it? I'm just gonna fix it and stop complaining about it. I think the previous academic year, so not with my current batch of students, I really had a hard time teaching them because I kept on thinking, I can't even deliver lessons for this grade. It doesn't help me professionally nor emotionally to carry that burden.
It's self-destructive.
Yes. So I'll just meet them where they are at, make sure that they are enjoying the learning process, and try my best. If I can bring them up to grade level, that is great. But I have to accept the fact that some students will continue to struggle and they will need 1 or 2 more years to fully catch up.
Which is, again, completely normal.
Yes.
And your goal there as a junior school teacher to teach them how to be a student.
Yes. And to make sure that they love learning. I think that is the hardest thing to instill, but it's the single one attitude that would bring them very far.
To be honest, these are my things, because one we shared, I don't have any.
Okay.
I think I just want to let go all of the tiredness and overthinking about my work. And I'm lying, of course, I'll be overthinking. How about you?
I still have one more, but before I go into that, you made me think about something. So I had a friend or a colleague who once said that, I've never seen someone working so hard. Like, stop. You're tiring yourself. But at the same time, I realized that I'm doing it because I enjoy it, and I will stop doing it the moment I hate it. Yeah, so for now, who cares? If I'm enjoying lesson planning, let me plan the lesson. But if I don't find joy in it, then I shall stop.
But it should be healthy enough. The balance should be healthy enough, because otherwise, if you reach the point where you are like, I'm done.
Yeah, then that's the point
done.
of burnout, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to get out of this.
Yeah, for my first 2 years, I did struggle. I would want like this perfect lesson plan, and it takes so much time to create the resources. But I have reached a point where I go, okay, does the amount of time that you put into the plan fit the outcome of it?
Oh, yeah.
Because if it's not worth your time, then you can look for alternatives
Yeah.
and not spend too much time on that one single thing. Decorations, for example, I've cut my time down by a lot because I don't think it's worth my time. I would rather use that time to plan for other things.
True.
Yeah. Okay, so back to my list. The need to control and do everything in class. I've learned slowly, and I will continue to do it, to delegate tasks to my students and also my teaching assistant. This year, we're trying a new format. My teaching assistant, and I'm so grateful for it, she has agreed to take up the responsibility for our weekly spelling. So I still set the words, and she will deliver the spelling test and also check if the corrections have been made.
That's a nice idea. I'm also learning how to do that. I think it's not easy. With students, I liked for my class to be more student-led because, again, I don't want to be there, the main character, even though sometimes we have to, but mainly them. However they do, decorate, whatever, it's their mistake. But in terms of working with the assistant, I'm still learning how to delegate things because people are different. I feel like sometimes I need to be more clear on my expectations. So I'm on the way. And if you have any tips, you'll share with me later.
Yeah.
Because the assistant I'm working with, brilliant. She really reads me so well. She knows exactly what I need, and then she just comes at the right time.
Mm-hmm. We have to consider their strengths and what they like to do.
True.
Yeah, because I've had teaching assistants in the past that enjoy decorations, so then that would be fully delegated to them. But my TA this year, she's more interested in the academic side of things and also managing students' emotions. And I think I need that because I don't like dealing with student drama. Because for me, it's not a big deal. Okay, just give them one side eye, one side glance, and you're done, right? But for some kids, it's not enough.
I know what you're saying. I like your idea about not putting yourself there as the one doing everything. As teachers, naturally, we want to control.
Yeah.
Because we plan the lessons, we plan the terms, we want to make sure everything's under control. And for me, it's difficult to delegate things because I'm like, I see it in my head. It's difficult to trust.
Yeah, I have to resist myself from just thinking that, okay, I have to be the one who decides on everything, do everything. No. I think I just have to trust people more and give them the chance to do it, to try. And for students, like, look, you mentioned that your students tried to do the snowflake, and it was quite nice, right?
Because my teaching assistant was there. When I entered the class, it was like full desks of those snowflakes because you have to collect them to make an
it's quite a
ornament.
popular craft. I've done it before.
Yeah,
It's fun.
So I was like, oh my God, how did they make it? And then she was like, yeah, I helped them. I was like, wow, this is so creative.
Yes. And in my classroom, I don't flip the calendars, nor do I put up the daily schedule. My students do it. Of course.
My students can't reach.
Oh, they stand on chairs. Yeah, for mine.
That is so cute.
Yeah, so on days where they forget, it's fine. I'm like, hey, can someone just go and flip the calendar thing? And they would go. It's cute.
I can imagine.
But the funniest thing is my daily schedule. So I have these half of A3 size where it states what subject I'm teaching throughout the day, and they have to organize it. But they will organize it like a snake.
So they choose the subjects.
No, they will refer to the timetable and put the right order up.
But do you always teach exactly what's in the timetable?
Yeah, I try to. But on days where it's switched, then I'll wait for everyone to come in during the morning attendance time. I will tell them, okay, today I will be switching this.
Yeah.
And then they would also spell snack and lunch wrongly or like write it horribly. But it's so funny. Then I would have girls who would go and say, no.
That's
We
also
don't
learning.
understand you. Yes, and it's learning. And they teach each other how to spell snack. And it's so funny. The other day, I heard a girl saying, I said CK. For snack. Is it that difficult?
Oh my god. She can be a good teacher though.
Yes.
She already has the attitude. But this is the agency what everyone
Yeah.
is talking in education. That's exactly how it works.
It's the first time I'm trying it. So I'm
Nice.
excited. Let's see what else I can delegate to them next year. Oh well.
We can think about that next year.
And that's about it. That's the 3 things that I have. I guess it's time for us to take a break and we will share more about what we would like to say goodbye to in our personal lives in
Unmarked section.
See you there in a bit.
See you. This is Unmarked. Welcome back to the Unmarked section. I don't know why I'm so uplifting. It's a very serious topic, but I'm in a festive mood. Do you have any routines preparing for the new year? Because for me, I would have vision boards, and I do this usually digitally on my lock screen, like the phone lock screen. But last time I had to change that because a lot of things from that, unfortunately, will never come true. So I had to just put the picture, the painting of Monet now on my lock screen.
Would you do a new one though for next year?
For next year, well, since I've told you earlier, I'm a bit lost right now what I want. I think I'll just skip this year and just follow the flow. How about you?
Spring cleaning is a big one.
Winter
for
cleaning then.
Malaysians. But I don't know, we always call it spring cleaning.
Okay, I have an idea why. Because every time I say New Year, I address as academic New Year. So if I would say, okay, so that was last year in February, a lot of friends who are not teachers, they'll be like, huh, that's this year. But for me, since we have academic years, I would refer to that as, oh, it was last year. Maybe spring cleaning for you is the same.
About that, this is the first time where I'm in a school that starts in August. My previous school started in January. Easier for me to compartmentalize years, but now I'm like, I think that's last year, but no, it's 2025. It's just with a previous group of students. Yeah. Anyway, I think the reason why we say it's spring cleaning is because of the Lunar New Year. So the Lunar New Year is a celebration of spring's arrival, and it's usually early in the year, February-ish. So we call it spring. That's when I would just try to organize my belongings, decluttering my wardrobe, as I mentioned, just generally setting my space up for the new year. I've tried vision boards before, but I just realized I'm not a very visual person.
So you need this to be more verbal?
Yes, like words rather than pictures. So I've tried many ways in the past, journaling, writing long passages, but when it's too long, you don't want to refer back to it as well.
It should be short but captivating.
Yeah. So what I've taken to doing for the past 2 years is to just choose a word of the year that encapsulates everything that I want to achieve, that I aspire to for the next year.
So what you want to attract, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like vision word.
Vision word of the year, that would work.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. Do you have this one for this year? I mean, next year.
Well, for the next year, I haven't thought about it.
And for this?
For 2025.
Yeah.
Okay, for 2025, my word was balance. Because in 2024, I spent way too much time on work and too little time on other areas of my life. So I wanted things to be more balanced. And in some ways, I've achieved that.
Do you believe in the power of words? And that works just because you program that in the air, universe, and then you just really do things. You don't realize that, but you do little things to come into the direction of the word that you set.
I'm not sure how much I believe in the world listening to us kind of thing, but what I do believe is that your perception of things matter a lot, and those words that you tell yourself would guide your own behavior, and through that people would react to that. And it's sort of like a self-fulfilling thing where you put out what you get eventually.
Yeah. You attract what you program, so to say.
Correct. That would be an interesting homework though for people to think about their word of the year. And for you too.
That's tough to just pick one word.
Yeah.
Do you think we should be specific about part of speech though? Like, can that be any part of speech or a specific noun or verb or adjective?
I don't limit myself. It could be anything. If fashion is your thing, why not? Or like, I don't know, cute, sweet.
Yeah. Or just meh.
Well, yeah, meh could be a word too. When you've had enough and that year is just a pause.
Yeah, it's just meh.
So think about your word,
Yes,
okay?
that would be good. And we probably should then touch that next episode.
Yeah, I think we should. And usually I give myself some time. My birthday is also the end of the year in November. So that's when I start thinking about the word.
I also need time. I can't do it now.
Yeah, you will have time.
Okay, thanks. In unmarked section, we will be talking about our personal things that we carried this year and that we need to leave behind and move on. We've picked things that we should let go.
Big things. We'll see. Okay.
We'll see.
The first in my list that I wrote down, so I assumed that was at the top of my head, I would like to let go of the idea that I am an A-star student and everything that comes with that notion. Because if I hold on to that identity, then I'm missing all the fun, all the taking a little bit of risk in life kind of scenarios because I'm boxing myself in.
Labeling.
Yeah, it's basically labeling. And even for the best academically oriented students in my class, I always remind them to take risks and they don't have to be a good student all the time. They can show their cheeky side.
Do you know why you've got this label? Was it from family or school? Or you made it yourself?
As I grew up, I've always had a pretty good academic track record. So at each stage of my life, people would reinforce it, right? Initially, maybe it wasn't part of my identity, but it feels good to be complimented. Your teachers would compliment you. Oh, you're such a smart student. Which I don't tell my students now, by the way, because I think it does damage.
It does.
My parents would then see that I have a good academic result and continue to encourage that.
That's healthy. That's how it should be.
Yeah. So eventually it became part of my identity and I grew up with this idea that, I have to be the best student in class, even up till university. It's ridiculous. I don't get to have fun.
You cannot be a bit crazy. You can't do bad things because you're a good girl.
Because I'm constantly that sensible teammate whenever there is a group project.
I'm considered in my family like a good girl. That's the reason why I have tattoos. 16.
Ah, okay.
My first tattoo I made when I was 19, and it was initial idea like, hey, look, I'm not a good girl. I'm not. Okay, that sounded a bit weird. I'm not always a good girl. I'm real.
You're
That's
trying
me.
to challenge that belief of yourself, right?
Yeah, like, hey, look, I wanted to do something not typical for me.
And actually, I feel like people can spot hints if you go back to your childhood. I was actually a pretty cheeky child, but somewhere along the way, I lost that. It's just, I guess it's the daily grind. And then all the expectations, people would think that, because academically you've been doing well and you'll be a doctor, yada, yada, yada. And I'm also very calm in handling things, so they thought it would be a right fit. When I'm in academia doing research, yes, I enjoyed that. I enjoy all the intellectual stimulation that I get from doing that sort of work. I've contemplated on corporate jobs as well, but it brings out the more competitive side of me. And I don't like that side of me.
Yeah, because it feels like if you are this good girl, A+ student, it means you should be perfect in everything. But what if it's just not your cup of tea? What if you just don't like it?
Yep.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's a good one. I would probably add that to my list too.
Yeah. What do you have on your list?
I want to let go in New Year's the things that I couldn't pack and take with me, in like physical things. I had to leave a very important part of my life behind. And with that part of my life, I had to leave also very important things, my books, something very important to me. And all of this time, I felt regret. And obviously, the regret was also combined with healing process. And partly, I also regretted and felt sorry that there were things that I've left that were so a part of me, like my character. For example, I'm blessed enough to read Russian classical literature in original. And since now I don't know whether I will be able to go to Russia or Ukraine to buy books in my native language or languages, I've lost that. And I felt like, okay, that's the part of my character that is now gone. So I do kind of let that go, the fear and regret. These are just objects, and I try to be light. And actually, it taught me a lesson to be light. Yes, you live in a place, you are with certain people, but it's not permanent. So if it ends, you have to be light enough to say, okay, I let go.
Those books that you've read, it would have shaped your thinking. You carry it with you.
Absolutely. But
it's tough if
it
you
is.
really like the book.
Yeah, and
stuff
I'm
like
very into objects. So even here, you see,
sentimental.
I have so many little things. And
Yeah.
as an expat, of course, you can't carry all of the things. How about you? What is yours? Do I need to take a tissue for myself? Will I be crying? Because I'm very sentimental today.
This one, not yet. I think I would like to say goodbye to my fear of judgment by other people. A lot of times when we are afraid of doing something, on one hand, you're afraid that you're going against your own vision of yourself, your own belief. But on the other hand, you might be worried about what people would think, their opinions on you. So I would like to let that fear go. Oftentimes, people are so busy with their own matters in life that I really don't think they focus on you. It's not about you.
Yeah, it's not you or they, the main character.
Yep. I mean, if you're worried about, oh, how do I look and this and that, people wouldn't even care. But there is a bare minimum.
I think that living internationally helps you overcome that fear.
Definitely.
Because when you are a foreigner, especially here, like obviously when we walk outside, we already look different for them. If you travel also, yeah, you don't want to look like a tourist, but you are.
And
who cares?
And the more people you meet, the more you see that, oh, everyone just has very different perspectives. None of it is right, and therefore mine is not wrong either. It's to have the courage to really just be yourself. Yeah.
That's a nice take.
Yep. So that is what I want to let go of. People can think whatever they want, but if they get me, they will. If they don't get me, well, sorry, I'm not looking for that validation either.
They are lost.
They are lost? Well, I wouldn't be so confident as to saying that, but sure.
I would say so.
What about you? What do you have?
Tough one.
Okay.
Yeah. The relationship that didn't grow with me, and the version of myself that I was with the person.
It's letting go of the possibilities, right?
All of
Hurt.
the expectations, all of the plans, and that's really difficult. I think it will take longer time than the previous lists that I have, because obviously it was a long chapter of my life and it was very formative years in my life. I was 22, 23 when everything happens for the first time in your life, and then you stick to this and you make plans, and then life happens and you have to leave. In my case, it was really difficult decision that I took to end the big chapter for both of our lives and to step into unknown. I had to move countries and start all over. It was really difficult, but I feel like it's time to at least try to let go. And I think it's so important to say, again, I don't know whether you agree with me or not, because we are more or less in the same path here. But for me, it's like, I'm not gonna regret whatever happened in that relationship. I'm so grateful for that, for all of the experience and the person I've become because of those relationships. I'm letting go more of my expectations, my dreams, my plans with that person, and it's now different Nika.
Yeah.
I haven't met her yet, but I know she's existing, and I'm letting that go, but it doesn't mean love goes away.
Yeah, if it is a beautiful memory, and we shouldn't see it as wasted time,
Yep.
right? If you look back and you think that's a person that I would rather have spent those few years with, they were generally respectful, a nice person to be with, and you did grow together for a while, then that is a very nice memory to have, I think.
I'm trying to start with basics, cleaning my photo gallery. I can't delete those moments, like pictures, and I don't want to, but what do you think? Should people delete photos and videos after breakup or not?
I think at some point, yes, but maybe not all. I don't know. It is part of your life script, right? Unless you had a very horrible,
Toxic one.
yeah, like a horrible relationship whereby your partner was borderline abusive, then yes, you should delete everything as quick as you can.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you leave on a good note. You were once friends. And even friends who drift apart, you wouldn't necessarily delete all of it.
Yeah.
I see it that way. But of course, the more intimate ones, maybe you go on trips together, they bring up really good memories. It makes you feel bad, then no.
Yeah.
You will know the kind of pictures, right? Birthdays,
Big
anniversaries.
Whatever.
Yeah, those shouldn't be there. Delete them.
Yeah. It's just so easy. I think now I figured out how to go through a breakup. I'm still learning how to do it. But I feel like just move to Mongolia. If you listen to it and you're about to go through a breakup, move to Mongolia and meet people, friends, and dive into the culture and just dive into the cold. It's the cold. I think the cold just freezes my brain and my heart. Anyways, I'm letting this go. I'm letting go the relationship and the version of myself that I did not become.
Okay. I have the same thing on my list because I also left a long relationship.
Yours were longer.
Yeah. We met during university. So we actually grew together. We went into work together. We figured that out. But obviously, along the way, our paths just did not cross anymore. It was more sort of veering towards parallel lines. I've come to the realization this year that it was an end. I have to call it quits. I have to just bite the bullet. But I had time to prepare for it. So honestly, it wasn't as difficult as I thought. I thought it would be worse.
Because you had time.
I was the one who initiated it, and because we were both respectful enough and matured enough to leave it on a good, healthy note. I can't imagine living on a very bad note. That would hurt.
I think that's how you see it wasn't love. It wasn't real. You know, the saying, if you love people, you have to let them go. It's so cliche, but it's so true.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to say earlier, both of us, we initiated the thing. I think people do not understand how difficult that is also to be the person ending things with your decision. You end the happiness or whatever that was.
You have to be the bad person.
Yeah, you have to be that person. But no one says about that, even in movies or books.
Yeah.
You know it's not working, but you have to take the courage and this strength to be that person, to end it.
And for me, it wasn't a case of to get over a breakup, you have to move to Mongolia. It was more like I moved to Mongolia and then I decided on it. So it could sound quite bad too, right? For some other people, they might just judge and fall into the conclusion quickly that, oh, she must have met someone and therefore she wasn't loyal to her relationship or whatever like that. But that's not the case. The cracks started before I left the country. Who would think of leaving a country when everything is perfect, right?
Yep.
In hindsight.
And that's what I'm saying, like, you had time.
Yes.
In my case, it was pretty similar. I also had time mentally preparing that, okay, I think I know where it goes, and unfortunately, it has to end.
Yep. I don't blame it on anyone. I don't regret it even.
Very important. I mean, as I've said, the relationship made Carol nowadays.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So we are grateful for that, but letting go.
Yes. And I'm ready. I'm ready to go like, yay, 2026.
Okay, we can talk about that later, but I'm just curious. Are you ready to move on? How do you know you moved on and you're ready for meeting someone else and entering new relationships and stuff?
It's when I can look back at those memories in a more neutral manner. I don't feel too much pain, nor do I feel too much joy from it. I would just acknowledge that it's part of my script, part of my story, and what's the next chapter? So there is almost this hopeful shift, if you would.
When it doesn't hurt, basically.
Yeah.
I'm at peace and I'm ready for new things.
Yes. And when you feel that, yes, I've made the right decision, and you really feel that you're not just convincing yourself. When you're at peace with your decision, that's when you know that you've moved on, in my opinion.
I'm on the way.
Just remember, everyone really has different pace. So,
On different stages, right?
Yeah, different timelines. Even if someone moves on quicker,
It
that
does-
shouldn't be something that you are comparing it to.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to jump into conclusions. So let's say for you it's different, for me it's different. So I shouldn't say like, oh, it is easy for you. Obviously it's not. I mean, you had time before
Yes.
to get ready for that. If we would look at those stages of grief, because it is grief, you're grieving the people and relationship. Are you already at acceptance?
Yeah, definitely. I don't push my feelings away if it arises, but it hasn't risen in a long time. So I think, yes, I'm definitely at acceptance. But if I feel that pang of sadness like before, I would just acknowledge it. Yes, Carol, you are currently feeling sad when you're seeing this. Okay, yep, I feel sad right now. Okay, acknowledged. Moved on.
That's why I'm saying that sometimes she's the older sister.
It's very important that you don't brush it off or push it away. Just acknowledge it, look at it float in, and look at it float out.
Older sister.
I don't know. That helps me. So currently, I would say yes, I am at acceptance.
I'm jealous. In a good way. Because I think like I'm stuck in between anger and bargaining. Anger more on the situation and on myself, that I let that person treat me like that and I let that happen and I'm angry.
You're still at the negotiating phase.
Yeah, what I could have done differently, which, yeah, nothing.
No. you couldn't
I've
have
done everything.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
So I want to be at acceptance. But yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah, it
Eventually
will
you
be there. I believe in that.
Yeah, with the right person.
I have you.
She said that.
Let's go back to the list. What do you have? What do you want to leave behind?
Well, my last one was relationship.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. For me, the last thing I want to put in my baggage saying 2025 and keep it in the storage is the homes that I left behind. It's all connected to the relationships because obviously with your relationships, you also get the part of the family of your partner. And I considered that to be my home too for a long time.
Do you think it's possible to let go of something gently?
I think it depends on the thing. For example, in my case, with the objects like books, even though it was very important, I think it was easier letting go. rather than relationships or bigger things. Let's say if you're going through grief, if someone passes away, that's bigger wound. For me, it really depends on the thing.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think, yes, it's possible to let it go gently, but it doesn't mean that you're not feeling it. I wouldn't choose to let go of things in a very chaotic manner because it doesn't give me grace and it doesn't give me the time that I need. To do it slowly, that means I have to do it gently.
Yeah, because you also should think that it's you going through this.
Yes.
So you should put yourself on number one place. And if you do that in a different way, not comfortable for you, it's not healthy.
Yep. I guess different people would have different ways. But for myself, and even when it comes to objects, I have an easier time letting go because there was a phase where I was very into a very minimalist lifestyle. I actually cut down my wardrobe to only 40 items.
Oh, I love that. I want to do that.
And so I've practiced that that skill of letting go, I guess, in that process. And now it's just applying that skill to different parts of my life. We have reached the end of our unmarked section. That was quite a heavy chat.
I think with the horns, it's really a bit lighter, and also the lights that we have, it made it a bit easier for us to, because when we had that topic in our plan for episodes, we were both, how do we reflect on that and how do we even mention, because obviously it's personal things, but also we want to let go, so here it is.
Yes. If I can talk about all of this and my heart rate stays exactly the same, then that's peace. That's moving on.
To peace.
Yes. To peace. Cheers.
Cheers. We will see you in a sec in the homework section.
This is Unmarked. Welcome back to our homework section. You had something to watch.
Yes, in the name of the episode of letting go of not just things but also expectations and not carrying things or people into your life and mix it up with your new chapters and new people and new relationships, I think the movie Past Life would fit a lot to the topic. That you need to realize when it's not working, go, leave.
It's the Korean movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
the one I recommended.
Yeah, she recommended it to me and I watched it on one of my flights. I actually did not manage to finish it. It was
so sad.
It was
because the
very
ending,
beautiful.
It's just in the ending when you realize, oh my God, it's the ending that gives you the whole twist and you're like, okay, it's time to go.
What songs do you have?
I have a lot because I'm going through breakup. I'm healing. But I've picked up the one that I think will summarize the idea of letting go whoever or whatever you have this year. That's the song by Sam Cooke, I Wish You Love. Letting go everything and just saying, I wish that person or that thing love. Thank you. I go.
To look back at it with grace.
True. And gratitude.
Yeah. Instead of giving you something to read, we decided to give you something to write.
Yes.
Remember when we mentioned the vision word of the year? Now is the perfect time for you to think about your vision word for 2026.
And we'll do the same.
Yes, we will do the same and reveal it in our next episode. We would love to hear yours.
Yes, so please share with us. Leave us a comment, give us a review, give us a 5-star, share it with your friends.
On Instagram, we will definitely post up a prompt for you to put the word of the year. So please interact with us there.
And on this note, it was Nika and...
This is Carol.
And that was...
Unmarked.
Happy New Year's!